Alright, so how's everybody doing? Good. Pretty good. Been doing a lot lately. A lot with work, lots out of work. I've been playing some other games. Started playing Remnant 2, which was really fun. Um, and yeah, I haven't really been, to be honest with you guys, I haven't been really playing too much Halo recently, but um, yeah. Yeah, it's because I hate the game. You figured me out. All right. So how to climb out of plat? Or, huh? Yeah, how to climb out of plat. That's the topic for the day. Well, I'm glad you're here, Basket, so you can extend the knowledge. Well, there's more than one way, but that way definitely helps. Yep. No, you are supposed to stand in the middle of the map sometimes. You just maybe shouldn't rotate through the middle of the map when there's four people looking at you. Alright, so I wrote up a little notepad of like tips. The first tip is to warm up, of course. Um, so something that I've been doing recently, meaning the last time that I was playing, is um, I would use the Botfill maps. I don't know if you guys have those, but I'll post a link in Discord. Basically, they are just 343 maps that have a Botfill script on them. So when there's a person that can join, they can get slotted in, and one of the bots will despawn. Um, However, if you're just warming up, you can set the lobby to invite only. Um, then you can just play by yourself, and the bots are Spartan bots. So as long as you set up an HCS FFA Slayer game mode, it's a really easy way to just kind of warm up for the first 15 minutes of online time. Pull this up. Uh, yeah, so they have Live Fire, Aquarius, Empyrean, Deadwater, Recharge, Perilous, Catalyst, Streets, Bazaar, Chasm, and Cliffhanger. Um, so we can use to. There's a lot of us, so I guess let's Catalyst. Um, Sweet. Um, yeah, I mean anything to get your hands going. You can do this. You can join an octagon as well, and just set a Spartan bot. Um, but this is something that will really just help get your hands warm and get you in the play. I'm linking now. All right. Yeah, that link will take you to the content browser page. Otherwise, you can look it up in like in the client, it'll be, let's see, you'll do community, popular modes, and then you'll just put in Botfill as one word. Or wait, not popular modes, popular maps. Sorry. Botfill. Yeah. I'll just all come up here. Alright, we're going to start off with this, and then you can warm up in whatever way that you want. If you want to practice, shooting, obviously, this is a great place to do that. But if you want to practice positioning on certain maps, you can set whatever map that you want. You can, obviously, this is the HCS FFA Slayer game type, but you can pretend that you're holding different zones on the map, like strongholds. Obviously, this is Catalyst, so that wouldn't work here, but you could, play like it is Flag or something like that and get warmed up for that. I saw that they put Catalyst Flag back into ranked, so that's super exciting. I think maybe in the future we'll do go back to some Catalyst gameplay.
Earn the most kills to win.
Yeah.
Then contact the authorities.
And I'm on my new controller here. What did you change to? Clutch to crouch. Action time too quick. Oh, this controller feels good. Die. I don't know if it's the worst map in the game, but
inbound. Unpaid parking tickets expunged.
Damn. Almost got out. guess the extended description is we're gonna be going over tips and tricks to get the diamond for flat. Gameplay oriented. But first, there's way too many people in here. Hey, yo.
Remaining.
So yeah, the first tip is just to warm up. Can do a lot for your game sense right away, and your hands are then warm. Back doing the you're getting yourself into scanning rooms and stuff like that. It just helps to have a game under your belt before going into ranked. The next thing that'll help is to get comfortable moving the flag in the oddball. So I know that we have a decent amount of people in here, but we will go in flag. And perfect, we'll just do this on Catalyst. So we are just going to be practicing running the flag. We're not going to be killing each other. And specifically, if you are platinum in this lobby, I want you to be the ones grabbing the flag and running with it. Is friends only, and now it's invite only.
Capture the flag.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, on this map you can do a bunch of crazy stuff with flag runs, but what I really want you guys to practice is just running specifically with the flag. Yeah, we're not killing each other. I mean, you can shoot.
Seized.
But
The enemy flag.
yeah, try to run the flag as fast as you can to the other side of the map without using the bridge in the middle.
In my sights.
Practice pucking it forward, sprinting with it, traversing terrain. Try to keep up the tempo as fast as you go.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
And right, like you don't have to score the flag or anything, but just like try to do laps around the map basically with the flag. This is a really good map for that. Don't let the officer see it.
The enemy carrier
Passion
has
patrol.
revealed themselves. Overshield
Can we go
inbound.
over to
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
can we go over to sword spawn? Both legs.
Overshield available.
Whoever's running blue flag, come back
The
to
enemy
sword
carrier
spawn
has revealed themselves.
with it. Bring the blue flag to sword spawn, silly.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. Flag needs relocation.
Something that you can do for a flag run on this side specifically is you can toss the flag down here and then just run and glide and pick up the flag to transition to the other side of the flag pretty quickly.
Skewer inbound.
So everybody can take a
You
turn
are
practicing that.
exposed, Spartan.
One of the best ways to, if you're not gonna
Skewer available.
like grapple your way through the middle of the map with the flag, this is the next best, like fastest way to run it.
Please beware of.
But you just have to be
Approaching
careful
enemies.
with that you're actually sliding on the ramp. Otherwise you get a dead slide and it's kind of a bad position to be in with the flag overall. I could use practice too, I guess.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Yeah, so you're throwing it out, and then you're just...
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
So why don't people from both teams practice doing this? You're literally just tossing it, and it can land really anywhere. The more important thing is that
Power
you're
items
kind of running
in
on an
transit.
angle towards the ramp. If you approach it straight on, you'll, especially if you're sprinting, you'll land like,
Please
you won't hit
collect
the
your
ramp, so you kind of
power
want to
items.
approach it from angle. Yeah, I'll let you guys practice with that. Now, all you do too is you're holding whatever button is interact or pick up the flag. You're holding that the whole time. We take a blue flag to the other side and do the same thing. That way both teams can kind of get more practice in. And you can throw it anywhere just as long as it lands like somewhere around here. Oh, you got it? Yeah, nice. Do it again. Let's see it. Yeah, bring it. And The flag, again, the flag can really land anywhere just as long as it's somewhere on this ramp or like a little bit in front of it.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
There you go.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
But don't let it return. But yeah, especially with Catalyst getting returned into the rank rotation, definitely practice this specifically. Yeah. Also, when you feel like you're getting the slide down and the grab down, the next step is to do it in fluid motion. So, for example, I'm gonna pull this flag here.
5 minutes remaining.
Use extreme caution.
So, what's
They know
gonna
where you
happen
are.
invariably if you come this way with the flag? You're gonna be coming from this base, and you're not really gonna have a lot of time to just like come out here, drop the flag exactly where you want it, walk back, sprint off the thing. No, you're not gonna have all that time. So you want to practice kind of juggling the flag from
You are
like here,
exposed, Spartan.
Flag return.
and then
They
hucking
know
it
where
off
you are.
from here, and then taking
They
your
are
run
flag.
at it.
Take it back. The enemy carrier
Getting
has
across.
revealed themselves.
The more fluid that you can make it, the less time the enemy will have to capitalize on your play here.
The enemy carrier has
But yeah, the first step is just getting the slide down. Again, it's easier to hit if you approach it from an angle.
Enemy there.
So like, you want to run off from the slide here.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Not on this side, if you guys can see me. I don't know who else is playing on this side, but you want to run off from like here.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
You'll hit it pretty much every time if you do that. Gotta be careful not to hit this platform here. Cool.
Skewer inbound. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. Skewer available. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. Deliver the flag with haste. You
So
are
imagine for a
exposed,
second,
Spartan.
we have, what team am I on? Blue team? Blue team. Alright, can we have people on red team go onto like Super and like in the middle of the map, kind of. Like anybody on red team? Yeah, okay. So so imagine like, you know, I have just pulled your flag, right? And you know that I'm coming this way. I mean, I know now that you know what I'm about to do, but
They know where you are.
so imagine trying to kill me if I'm just throwing the flag here, getting the slide off. Like, there's nothing that you can do to me
You are exposed, Spartan.
until I get like here. You could have rotated over to catch me here, but if I'm
1
taking
minute
that run, there's not
remaining.
really a lot of areas of the map that you can capitalize
They know
from
where
unless
you
you're
are.
like all looking down the bottom of the map for some reason. This juggle like cuts off so many sight lines. It's been a while since I've
30
played on
seconds
this map,
remaining.
but here, let me start the match real quick. I don't think there's anything comparable on gold side. Well, no, there is.
Capture the flag.
And I'll show it to you. I mean, you can kind of do it on side as well, I guess, but yeah, the grapple. Like, you can grapple around the outside of the map. But not with the flag. I'll show this off in here, but I would suggest like not warming up with this. But so I'm sure, like I've shown off to you guys before, how you can use the grapple to grapple the flag from one side of the map to the other side of the map. Pretty tricky, but if everybody wants to come to red base, I can try to show it off.
Prepare for return trip.
Probably not gonna hit it on the first way through. So what you want to do, you want to get the enemy flag as far on this this ledge as you can, and then you're gonna throw the flag towards this ramp here. And as you're throwing the flag to the ramp, you're going to use the grapple on the ground so that you have momentum to slide down the ramp with in order to thrust yourself over to the other side of the map with the flag. So I'll show off what I mean.
Use extreme caution.
So of course I messed it up, but
You are
you guys kind of get
exposed,
the
Spartan.
point. You're
They know where you are.
you have better luck posting in one of our channels for it.
Enemy flag returned.
Later. Yeah, unfortunately this trick really hinges on
They
like
have
having the
flag.
grapple.
Take it
So
back. The enemy carrier has
a
revealed
little bit of a
themselves.
setup to get it. I can post a clip I have somewhere that will show it off. Second. It's already in it. I'm posting a clip in the chat here. This is the long sequence for the trick that I'm trying to show off. I put it in the. Want to get a better look at it. So the long clip is that you can VC or
Enemy
you can
return.
Our forces
grapple
have
around the
seized
outside of the map
the enemy flag.
into the enemy flag.
Enemy
So I can
flag
grab the grapple
return.
here. Show anybody on stream. So what you would do is you would jump out of one of these doors. Grapple around to the enemy flag.
Flag.
Take the enemy flag.
You are exposed,
on
Spartan.
the end of the sledge here. Cross with it. I fucked it up, but you get the point.
Enemy flag return.
So it's a really sneaky way to get like into the enemy base really quickly, and then get the flag across the map really quickly. Oftentimes, if you can hit that, the enemy team can't retaliate because it's all happening too fast. Not really something that you need for get out of flat, but just something cool that you can do on this map anyways. I would really suggest practicing, like as you're moving the flag though, to do the run through sword. I think it's the safest run on Catalyst PF. I would.
Enemy
Later.
flag return.
Have a good night.
Skewer inbound.
Alright, so yeah, that was the second tip. Just practice moving around with flag and the oddball.
Time.
Alright. Yes. Yeah, what you want to do is you take a run at the flag, you grab the flag and throw it towards the ramp. And while you're in that, while you're in the air, you're grappling the ground so that it pulls you towards where you threw the flag. And then you're sliding on the ramp with the flag towards your allied base. I posted a clip in the channel chat so that it's easier to okay. The next tip is just learning how to effectively play the ball and respond, or how to respond to the enemy team playing the ball. So let's go. Just example of this would. Wasn't planning on it for today, but what do you mean by swinging somebody? You mean like body trading? So you mean when a flank?
Oddball.
Show me an example. Show me an example in the game. if you can.
Round 1. Ball incoming.
Hold the head to go ahead.
Yep.
Overshield inbound. Overshield available.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Sniper is ours.
So I think something good to kind of keep in mind is what else is going on the map. So like if you have me one shot here and there's nobody else on the map, like if you know you can do whatever you want, right? But so say like you know that the enemy team is spawning over here, that's gonna affect how you're positioning your character. So if I know that the enemy team is spawning on training, and why don't you go to where I was standing? I'm fighting you like this. Right? Sorry, I didn't mean to kill you. But I'm fighting you like this, so you know, Risky can't hit me, right? And then when I'm rotating out, like I'm going here or something where Risky doesn't have the time to shoot me, or I'm backing up back in the house. Yeah, so I've just killed you, right? And let's pretend like I'm one shot, right?
Overshield
So
inbound.
I'm not gonna swing out this way, right? Because I know that Risky is gonna be spawning here, or maybe he's like pushing white wall or something like that. And I'm just remembering, like I'm keeping in my mind,
available.
like the enemy is going to be over here somewhere, right? I don't know where, so I'm gonna try to block off as many sight lines from over there as I can. So I'm doing this, blocking off, you know, Risky from shooting me. Chances are, like, I'm still within his sight line, so he'll probably shoot me in range anyways, but you know, it's making it harder for him to hit me, right? So imagine, like, I win the fight here. I'm, if I'm one shot, I'm just backing up and going back in the house. Or, like, I can go here, and, like, Risky doesn't really have a lot of time to hit me if I move that way. But this is actually another thing that I wanted to go over.
S7 sniper inbound.
Well,
S7
so
sniper available.
well, what you're looking for here is like I'm sliding this way, but I'm sliding this way because there's cover right here, right? So like, you know, Risky, try to hit me here. So I mean, I know that you know what I'm doing, but like I'm moving to this cover here. Like Risky can't hit me now, right? Like, so if I know that they're coming from B, well, I can even rotate further into mid. Like, say my goal is to get to sniper, but they're blocking me from this sight line. Like, all I need to do is rotate here, and then I can rotate for free over to snipe, because they can't even see me from where Risky's standing. So, like, where to go? Your options, you actually have a lot that you can do here, but you just cannot walk this way. Like if you know that they're coming there, you can't walk this way. If you think that they might be coming from top mid as well, then you really like have to either go here or you have to hug this wall. Because if you like say for a second there's a red player, why don't
Sniper is ours.
right, why don't you stand like top mid? Or
30 seconds remaining.
or anybody else on red team. So like, if I know that there's players on B and top mid here, like you can't even run this way, right? Because what's the Ox gonna do? Yeah, because he has a sight line all the way back
10
to
seconds.
small door. Let me restart this really quick. I should have just put it on limited time per round, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Like, it's situational depending on where you think the threat is coming from.
Round 1. Ball incoming.
Maintain current. Heading. Ha ha
Yep.
ha.
And I think it's always a case-by-case
Sniper is
basis, because like we were talking about, you know, if there's nobody on the map apart from you and this one other person, like, you can handle the fight in whatever way you want. But, you know, if there's three other enemies on the map, you gotta play it a little bit more carefully. Even so, like, you know, maybe the situation is Risky is standing here, but he's the only one on that side of the map and everybody else is on overshield. Like, then you kind of don't want to rotate this, right? Like, you want to maybe rotate up towards mid instead. So it really just is situational depending on where the enemies are on the map, or where approximately, like, you think that they be. Yeah. I would say yeah, say you have an AB hold, like, on strongholds. The position that we were just in is a really strong position because, like, you get to see the front of B, so you know you're gonna catch anybody rotating from bottom mid over to B. You're gonna catch anybody. Yeah, you've got good nades. Yeah, you're gonna catch the players rotating from bridge and from whatever this is called over here, nest. It's a pretty good spot to hold when you have an AB hold. Even better if you're, you know, maybe you're taking a fight from here instead, and then you start losing the fight and you shut down. So this is actually something else that I wanted to talk about in this lesson.
Enemy has the ball.
Having an exit strategy, especially when you have like time afforded to you. So like, say it's a strongholds game and you're in a AB hold, or you're already in a hold. Getting into positions like this are very powerful because then you have options like to escape off the rip. But you do have to have a general understanding of where the enemy team is likely to spawn.
S7
So,
sniper
you know,
inbound.
Obviously, you don't want to stand there if you think they're going to be spawning dummies, because then they're just going to run this way and kill you.
Sniper available.
Ball reset. Ball incoming.
Alright, so why we loaded up this map initially is just playing the ball and like learning what situations are good to play the ball in. If you're the ball carrier, you generally want to be a couple different places on the map. One is at the top of the tower. The reason why is because it blocks up a lot of sight lines from the rest of the map. So, you know, other people aren't just going to be killing you for no reason. Also, you know, you tend to get naded out a lot up here, but you can always just drop down to avoid nades. So you kind of have a get out of jail free card there. And then if you're really getting pushed by the enemy team, you know, say the enemy is your team and they're you know, approaching your location, you just throw the ball off, and it'll reset to the middle of the map. You can do that in various different locations on this map as well as other maps.
Ball dropped.
Like you can throw it off over here,
Dropped. Ball incoming.
throw it off over there. But what happens if the map that you're playing on is like streets or something and you can't throw the ball off? There's no out of bounds on street. Well, the next best thing is to throw the ball into an area where the enemy team has to go out into the open for it, or you know, it's just a very difficult position to get to, like here, somewhere where the enemy team is taking damage while they're transitioning.
1 minute remaining.
If you're the last person alive with the ball, it's like imperative that you either play the ball off the map or put it into an area that is difficult for the enemy to grab. It'll save your team some time when you know, the enemy team has just killed you and they're moving to grab the ball.
Ball reset. Ball incoming.
The other thing, just like the other map,
30 seconds
practicing
remaining.
jumping the
not
ball and
lose
moving
control.
it to
Ball
big
drop.
locations. So moving it bottom mid to window, moving it bottom mid to top tower,
Ball dropped.
moving it through A to B, doing a little jump up here and
Power
ending up
items
there.
ordered. Confirmed.
And just holding it kind of back beat here,
Ball
off.
dropped.
Power items have arrived.
Ball incoming.
And one of the biggest
10
takeaways from
seconds.
oddball, I'm gonna let the round reset, but one of the biggest takeaways from oddball that I
Enemy
can
has the
improve
ball.
is if you're holding the ball, you're not dealing damage for your team.
Ball dropped.
So you're getting points towards the win, but in situations where
Round 1.
the enemy team is all pushing on you at once, are looking to score or
Enemy team
help you
facing
build a
elimination.
threat.
Ball incoming.
Sometimes
Say
really
no
important,
to
even
choking.
though if you have good position on the ball, so say you know you are top tower, especially if you're top tower, you're top tower, you have the ball, the enemy team is pushing on your location,
Overshield inbound.
Ball dropped.
you know your team is still fighting the enemy team, you can easily just drop the ball at your
Maintain
feet.
possession for
And then
score
just,
increase.
You know, you
Ball
have full
drop.
sight on
Overshield.
overshield.
Available.
You have full sight down mid. If you pop over here, you have maybe not full sight of B side, but between that location and this location here, you have really good sight lines on B. So even if it's, you know, you're dropping the ball for 10 seconds, if it means that you kill, you know, 1 or 2 people on the enemy team or assist your team in killing 1 to 2 people, that means that once you win those fights, you can pick the ball back up
Objective
and score
is,
another 20 seconds.
Head.
So
Ball dropped.
it's not always worth it to milk every last second of the ball when the enemy team is pushing onto you.
Ball dropped.
Also, it's not always a good idea to just straight up jump off the map with the ball.
Ball dropped.
Because while that does play the ball, you're not getting damage on the map either. So if you're in a situation where like your team dies and then there's a down B
Enemy has the ball.
and the enemy is trying to grab the ball from you, you know, so say your team spawns up and you're still alive with the ball, your biggest goal is just to waste time from the enemy team. If you instantly reset it, the enemy team is going to be on the ball spawn just as fast as your team with more members. Sometimes it's
Lost
good
the
to,
lead.
of course, play the ball, but turn around and shoot as well, or try to take somebody with you. Yeah.
Ball dropped.
Gonna test it. And hey, if you need to get out a couple more seconds for the win or something like that, then fair play. But you know, you have options, and I think that's the important thing to remember. You don't always have to play just the ball off. Like, you don't always have to
S7 sniper inbound.
You don't always have to throw it into an area where the enemy team is struggling to pick it up. Like, you can drop it and help your team fight it out for the chance that you know, maybe killing them and holding the ball for longer. It's important to kind of critically think about what's going on the map, and then like what's going to be the action that it's going to take, instead of just defaulting to, oh, I'm just going to play the ball. Like, obviously, if your team is screaming at you, you know, play the ball, play the ball, play the ball, go ahead and play the ball. No problem. You know, and sometimes your teammates won't be right, but if you're playing with a stack of people and they're telling you to do something, better off listening to them. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to convey. Like, you have options when you're a ball holder. You don't need to always just the one.
We have the ball. Ball dropped.
Strategy.
Gained the lead. We have the ball. Ball dropped.
That'll go a long way. Even like through diamond, that'll go a long way. Okay, so this one we already talked about. Be aware of how you can isolate your targets.
Ball dropped. We have the ball.
Try it out on a different area of the map here. So like, if let's say
ball dropped.
Yax or anybody else is on overshield and they're trying to kill you from, or they're trying to kill you from overshield, and you're standing on the bottom snipe tower.
Ball dropped.
I think we went over this example.
Ball incoming.
At a different KBT session, but instead of taking the fight out here,
we have the ball.
Right? So like, let's have another red player.
Ball dropped.
Like, imagine you're standing top mid. You're standing out here somewhere. Right? Come over here. Risky. Like, if I'm trying to fight these guys off of overshield, like, I don't want to stand out here because Risky has light lines on me. I want to stand like here. Risky can still see that I'm shooting from here, but he's not going to have a direct line of sight on me. So if you see Silent Serenity get into a fight over here, like, just start shooting Silent. You'll see like his indicator here like has a little apostrophe on it, so you know that he's fighting. You can hear that he's fighting. You know that there's an enemy up top mid. Like, I'm not gonna position here because I know that there's a chance that the enemy can win the fight, and then I'm like a sitting duck here. So I want to keep things in mind moving through the map, like what is the best area to stand so that you can isolate one player and not be shot by other players on the map while you're
ball reset.
Fight.
Ball incoming.
Especially important when you're like dynamically moving through the map too. Like, say that you're one shot.
We have the ball.
If you know that
ball dropped.
You knew that they're spawning
ball dropped.
that snipe in your one shot.
We have the ball.
You know, doing stuff like blocking off line of sight from the pillar and just kind of holding it until your shields are charged. Not thinking like, oh, well, I'll be safer if I'm in here. Yeah, you might be safer while you're in there, but if you take the time to transition, like, you're opening up Risky to having a shot at you, rotating somewhere that might be a little safer, when you have the ability to just kind of hold this pillar, wait, shields are charged, then you can just respecting the damage that other players can.
Ball dropped. We have the ball.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about all that? I feel like I've been talking for like half an hour straight, and I just want to make sure that.
Ball dropped. Ball dropped. 1 minute remaining. We have the ball. Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball dropped.
Right. Yep, that's something that you
We
can
have
do.
the ball. Ball dropped.
I think that,
We have the ball.
like, after the
Ball
game,
dropped.
like, if it's a game that you lost, you should be asking yourself, is this the right technique that I should have used here, or
We
would
have
it
the
have
ball.
been better
Ball
to
dropped.
puck the ball off and
Overshield
then,
inbound.
like, engage
We
the
have the
enemy
ball.
head on,
Ball
right?
dropped.
Like, when you're
We
doing your
have
own
the ball.
personal VOD review,
30
like,
seconds remaining. Ball
like,
dropped.
let me
We
look for
have the
areas
ball.
of improvement. Maybe it was
Overshield
this oddball play.
available.
Like, maybe I
Ball
thought it was a
dropped.
good play, but,
We have the
like, in the
ball.
moment I thought it was a good play, but, you know, maybe that led to the enemy team turning over the ball off of the new ball spawn,
Ball
and
dropped.
they ended up winning the game.
We have the ball.
So maybe you can...
Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball
Yeah,
dropped.
that's like,
We
you
have
want
the
to do
ball.
that if you're within like 10 seconds
Ball
of
dropped.
winning the game
We
or
have the
something, and you
ball.
just really need to
10
milk that time.
seconds.
Like, it's not worth
Ball
it if
dropped.
it's the first, you know,
We have the ball.
50
Ball
seconds of
dropped.
oddball time. Like, that
We have
time,
the ball.
you can pick it up anywhere.
Victory.
You know, the final seconds of the game, like, you gotta do what you gotta do to win the ball. In most cases. Does anybody else have any that they want to go back to? I'll try to remember to give a couple more downbeats here. Nope. Okay. Thanks, man. The next thing that we're gonna take a look into is realizing that hesitating is not always bad. I'll explain that more once I put on these maps here. The Recharge is a map with a lot of like very big sightlines for the allied team and team, and positioning on this map is really important, and like really crazy wins just if a team is able to set up and hold a strong formation. And that's why I want to map as an
King of the Hill.
So there's a lot of areas on this
Locate
map,
the
like
hill.
Bat Ledge, for
Become its
example,
administrator.
Hill ready.
where it's a really good area to just get info
Hill
on what's going
control.
on the map. You can, you know, peek out real quick, see that there's people on C flat, or look out and see that there's people on tower, and you don't have to commit to a fight because you can just back right down. And then the only option that players that spot you have from there is just to huck a bunch of nades at you, which you can easily avoid. So there's really nothing lost by kind of hesitating in the window here, getting info, and then backing down and making a different play. Also, like for example, I see this in some of the VODs that you guys post. Like I'll see players that just jump up, go directly for the sniper on this map, and then think like they're not going to get punished at all for doing that. Maybe that works sometimes, but you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage if you know that there's 4 people alive on the enemy side of the map, and you're just thinking, you know, I'm going to grab this. Like, let's, you know, maybe Joe's standing there, maybe Yox is standing bottom tower. Like, you don't need this guy to do that for free. You get punished before you can even trade any damage back. So it's good to kind of hesitate in the doorway, get a sense of where people are on the map, and then, you know, if there's nobody there, make your move at that point. But just a couple seconds will save you from a stupid death like that. Another area on this map where you can really just get a lot of info is top glass. You can see like literally half the map from here. And the
Active camo
on
available.
tower, you can see them on whirlpool and top A, bottom A, and the hill. And the worst that's going to happen is people are going to nade you, and you can just back right down. So playing these like upper positions, these power positions, just on info is really, really strong. I can ping him, I can ping him, I can him here, and I don't even have to engage them. Basically, at any time that you're going to cross out onto large open areas of the map, like I want you guys to go to the doorway and like hesitate like on the doorway first, then come out when it's safe. Like don't just like run out. Oh, okay, I'm here. I'm taking a fight. You're gonna get shredded doing that. Hold the doorway. You know that those players shooting you from here. Taking this fight here. If you get too low, relocate. I'm here now. He backed off. You can't see him from there anymore. You're taking the fight up here. Now you can commit if there's nobody else on the map. You don't have to run across the whole map and kill him like that, but you guys kind of get what I mean. Like if you're standing out here taking that whole fight, like you're shooting at risky. You're probably gonna get shot from whirlpool or top A or something like that. Keep in mind where you're standing, firing at theirs. There's lots of options top gold. That's why it's considered one of the like strongest areas. Okay. Yeah, this is something that we talk a lot about in Trailblazers, actually. It's just like keeping mind of the pace of the game.
1 minute remaining.
So if you find that, especially if you're stacking with people from HFT or whatever, your friends online, if you're finding that your team is on constant death rotation, just taking a downbeat and like regrouping with your team or ratting somewhere that you can just stay alive and keep alive at the same time with your teammates. So say you get this kind of spawn here, like this is a great spawn to have when you're solo because cut off a lot of lines of sight by just ratting here in the corner, waiting for your allies to spawn and then coming out and trying to put out damage. One of the worst things that you can do in this game at all, especially objective, is be the first player to spawn and then just come out and immediately die, because then your team is in a 3v4 right off the bat. Yeah, keeping in mind of how fast the game is being played and what kind of like what the numbers are. If the enemy team doesn't have a lot of players alive, obviously make more like egregious moves on the map, but if you're just getting rolled over and over and over again, it's because people are getting too greedy when they're spawning and thinking that they can just go out and take a fight and it'll be fine. Sometimes you really do have to slow down the gameplay to stop the snowball. And regular arena, when you're playing with random players, it's a little bit harder to do, but if you can be one less reason why the snowball is working,
active
I
camo
find that
available.
it'll help you. Okay. Next one is learning how to rat and objective, and this kind of goes along with what we were just talking about. Yeah, like certain spawns are better than others for this kind of thing. Like, there's this position here that you use people, like holding oddball in. This is a good area to kind of rat and stay alive while you're waiting for your team to spawn. You can also your spawning tower right here. If the enemy team, so for example too, like this is a good one. If the hill is or like its stronghold, so like the hill's up here, the enemy team kills your team, but you're still alive in tower area, you can come down here and just sit here and just wait. And oftentimes, like, you'd be surprised how many times I hold this spot right here, I don't get killed by people that are moving around the area. You'll kind of just hold this, wait for your team to push in, and then come out while your team is pushing in and help them turn over the hill. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking in the crease. Looking in the crease, and I'm just holding forward into the corner.
Active camo. Inbound.
Where are you?
Active camo available.
Oh, you're here. Yeah. Yep. And then even from here, like from here, if you're hiding in that corner there, Risky, if you want to go in that corner, just to show it on stream. Like, I guess I can see your foot. Maybe if you move a little bit more out, like here. Yeah. Like here. Yeah, so like I couldn't even see you. I'll rotate up here. Like I didn't even see you while I was rotating up here. Yeah, it's a really sneaky spot. I mean, I can see you from here, but you can try it if you get pushed in this location, especially in plat. Like, people aren't going to be counting how many of the enemy team they've killed in that one in higher levels of play, like, people will count, like, you know, I've killed 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, that's all of them, let's take the hill. On lower levels of play, people just kill who they can. And that's why, like, ratting like this can be really good. You know, you'll have, maybe there's 2 players left alive on the enemy team, they're holding the hill, you're sitting in that rat spot, and your team is rotating in from here. You know, maybe they're this need. The door, they're coming in, they get into a fight, just shooting. You know, and then Chet just pops up.
Active camo.
And now Chet's behind them. Like, you know, stuff like that can be really helpful.
Camo available.
And there's opportunities for that on pretty much every map. A good one is Argyle. If you just go into the bottom of the flag spawn and just sit there, like, nobody really scans that area or checks that area regularly. So if you're just kind of sitting there waiting for your time to strike, obviously you don't want to spend too much time there if it's like going to negatively impact your team, like if your team's not pushing for the flag or whatever. But you can just kind of sit there and wait for the right opportunity to pop up to grab the flag, or maybe you're getting into a fight with them while they're standing on flag. Yeah, so learn different rat spots on the maps. Keep stuff like that in mind. Okay, let's go to a different map. Does anybody have any questions on that at all? Yeah, that's a good one. And then, I mean, people use this spot pretty regularly, but even top elevator, that box that's up there, if you're just sitting behind that box, if people are rotating in from catwalk, like, they won't see you there. So you can rat in that spot too. Obviously, if there's people coming upstairs, they'll see you, but You know, there's plenty of locations on every map that you can kind of hide in and wait for a better moment to strike. All right. What am I? This one's a pretty easy one. When I say it, you guys are gonna be like, "Well, duh." But when you're in the moment, sometimes you forget. So, especially on streets, because there's a rocket launcher on streets, you can do this on pit too, and any map that has a sniper or like sniper or shock rifle, especially if it has rockets though. So you want to deny as many resources from the enemy team as you can. If you can't have a power weapon, or if you can't have an equipment, or if you can't have one of these things that's going to turn the tides of the game, the enemy team should not have the chance to grab it. And you can force that to happen. So say, you know, your team's able to slay out the enemy team, and you grab the rockets, and you maybe shoot off one rocket and get a kill with it, and you know there's a downbeat play, and you're rotating looking for more people to shoot with it. And grab the rockets here. And you're all of a sudden being pushed by, you know, 3 people from spawn. And they're shooting you, and you don't have enough time to kind of whip around and shoot them back with the rocket.
Fatalities give points.
You know, the rocket's in your hands. The enemy team's not allowed to pick up the rocket. You know, in my games, the enemy team never picked up the rocket. Like, if I have the rocket here and I'm looking for people, looking for anyone, yeah, especially, okay, this is a really good example. So say like that exactly happened and I had 1 rocket left, I'm just shooting the rocket off and killing the both of us. Like, I'm not giving Risky the option to like assassinate me or whatever and have him jump down and pick up the rockets and continue the play for the enemy team with the rockets. You're shooting those off and wasting them. It's better for your team that you miss a rocket completely without getting a kill than it is for you to die with them and turn them over to the enemy team. So like, you know, if you ever miss a rocket, don't immediately be like, oh wow, I suck, because it's actually not the worst thing that you can do with the rockets. So that applies to like anything, like I was saying before, active camo. If there's a situation where you can run into active camo and grab it, and even if you die with it, you just burn it straight up, that's better than allowing the enemy team to just grab it and they won't with it. Same thing with shotgun. I know that there's not really a good place for this on this map, but on live fire or on Argyle or Syrian, for example, there's areas that you can throw stuff like this off the map. So like, you know, say I only use, you know, 2 shots of it and the enemy team is pushing me and I'm on elbow on
Spanker available.
Argyle, like I'm throwing this weapon off the map, or like I'm jumping off the map with it, or whatever. Like if I can't have it, the enemy team can't have it. And if you do stuff like that and keep that in mind, that will keep the enemy team from getting those like snowballs where they stagger your team, especially with rockets. Obviously we have more than 8 people in this game, but you know, if I use these rockets, I take out 2 people, and then, you know, this rocket takes out 1 more person, everybody on the enemy team is going to be on a split spawn now. So it just leads to those snowball moments that might end up converting into like 5+ kills for the enemy team instead of just those first 2, because they now have a numbers advantage. So it's really like about more than just those rockets themselves. It affects the pace of the entire game. Yeah. Don't let the enemy team have stuff that can win them the game. Okay. The last tip that I have for you guys. Well, okay, I have two more. Something that we'll do in higher lobbies, and that you guys should start doing in your games, if not already, is pre-nading. And Basket, you can talk a little bit about this too, and Yox probably as well. Cool. So I guess you can't, but pre-nading is just, you know, expecting the enemy to come from a certain area and just nading before you see them there. So, for example, if I'm expecting the enemy to be spawning at C and I'm rotating B, I'm tossing a nade here. That way, when I check this area, the nade will explode and I'm, you know, potentially damage up in whatever fight that this might be. So you're not throwing the nade with the intention that somebody is there 100%. You're throwing the nade based on a percentage play. So if I know that they're spawning at C, there's a high percentage that they're going to be coming from that direction. So I'm just going to try this. You know, if it doesn't work out, if there's nobody there, you know, you lose one grenade. But if you end up finding a player there, that's one basically free kill. So that's the kind of idea behind pre-nading, and you can do this on a lot of different areas of the map, but the positions that it works the best are areas like this where there's chokes. So like a choke, just to explain it all the way through, is an area of the map where they're very confined on how they move through it. So this is like doorways, this is alleyways, like, so this is a really good choke here. Even like small chokes like this here, you know, they have the option to push through this door or rotate back through here. Like, if a nade is thrown in this area, they don't have a big area that they can like move into to block the nade damage. I've all of a sudden forgot where the nade spawn on this map. Is there just this one set of nades? Okay. Well, I guess we'll use spikes or something. Yeah. Oh, right, there's the plasmas. But yeah, so if somebody's like rotating through that area of the map, or like you know that the enemy team is on B, just, you know, tossing a nade in there.
Spanker available.
You know, and then peeking that area while you're throwing the nade in there.
We've got rockets.
Anywhere that, like this area here is a choke as well, because there's tight confined space. Even a little bit larger areas like this is a choke here because they have to, you know, push through here. The enemy team is pushing this door. This is a choke here because they only place that they can go is up here, down here. And if they're, especially if they're beelining it straight in, you can just throw a grenade somewhere along, or a fire grenade or plasma grenade or whatever, and stop them from or complete. If I can grab a plasma to kind of expand out a little bit here. Perfect. So, Downey, why don't you start from shotgun and try rotating up? Try rotating up towards rotate up towards tickets. Tickets is if I'm just throwing the nade there, like Bounty has to go through that door. So anywhere that I throw the nade that's like by that door, he has to make a decision. Like he's either running into the nade or gonna be stuck on the stairwell. And if you're stuck on the stairwell, you're open to a lot of different sights. So even sometimes just throwing a nade here keeps players from, like, it keeps them from transitioning into the safe place that they want to go.
Spanker inbound.
And like, you know, I'm not really the nade police. Like, I'm not like nades are probably my worst
Spanker available.
my worst skill in the game. But you know, using nades to deny choke points is good. There are special nade spots on every map that you can abuse. Let me die here. I have frags. One that's shown off in a lot of Lucid streams, pro streams, is on shotgun side. I'll kind of want to rotate over to shotgun. So if I'm sitting on shotgun and I know that there's players pushing me from A-Gen, you can nade these cams here, and the nade will pop over exactly to A-Gen. So anybody with a frag grenade can try that. You're just throwing your nade and bouncing it off of this person's head here, and it'll go to the other side of the wall. You want to kind of be standing on, like behind shotgun spawn.
Another one down.
Another good one too is, I know I don't have frag grenades or this one's for wound up yet.
Spanker inbound.
So if the enemy team has, like say we're playing King of the Hill and the enemy team is on B, pretend I have frag grenades here.
Spanker available.
You can throw the nades up on here. Get them on B spawn. Like against these apartments or whatever these are. They'll just bounce down.
Attack rate is
You know, if somebody's hiding behind this pillar, those kind of nades will usually hit them, and then they'll be weak for when you have push planners. But yeah, like using nades before you engage in fights, like getting the free damage off first. One of the worst things, I forget what pro player said it, but like you're dying while you still have inventory, you have not done your job.
1 minute remaining.
You don't really ever want to die with. That's like free damage that you can get out. Okay, and then the last thing that I wanted to go over is just team communication in general, and just
Victory.
like how you can use your voice to be effective. I know in previous Trailblazer discussions I went over this a little bit, but actually before I start that, is there anybody that has any questions about that at all? Like in nade placement and so team communication ideas. Wait, thought I could play those. Yeah, I think Lucid has one specifically on grenades on different maps. I think maps that he showed off were Recharge and I think Street Fly Fire. I'll have to go find the videos, but I can definitely ping you guys in them if you'd like to see them. But yeah, I mean on YouTube, I guess let's see. Hello, infinite grenade tips. Yeah. When you hit that, this Lucid video will show up the tips you need to hit Onyx. One of the tips in there is all about nades. There's also videos from Above Average Cody, which is another kind of YouTube coach. You guys haven't heard of him before. He's pretty good. He has his own channel. actually a lot of other people that are doing it. But yeah, check them out. There's a lot of really smart Halo content creators out there that can go a little bit in today on that kind of stuff. Have any? Okay. Communication. Things that you want to communicate, and I can't stress this enough, is if you spot an enemy player, try to call out their location as soon as you spot them and not after you've been killed. I know sometimes like the fight or flight kind of takes over and you're just in that fight and you're so hyper fixated on the fight that you're like not speaking. But if the enemy, or sorry, if your allied team members are gonna help you like win a fight, it's gonna be when you're calling out the players like a couple seconds before you start shooting them or as you're shooting them. Certainly they can't help you after killed. Also, you're communicating just as soon as you're seeing players, it'll give your teammates a better idea of not only where to look, but how they can move around the map. Like we've talked about before in that live fire example with Gray, where we were kind of like dancing around the box. You know, if my teammates are calling out that you know, there's one person on training and one person pushing down mid, like I now know that I can't like I shouldn't really be pushing up onto the bags at all. I should be taking like a more off angle than pushing up onto sandbags. So just using your words can help a lot. Even in solo queue, they can help a lot. Let's see, something else that you can say is like, especially if you're playing with a stack of players, calling out if you're one shot, and then more importantly, calling out your intent. So if I'm one shot and my intent is to live, I'm just going to tell my teammates that I'm living, which means like I'm not firing upon the enemy team. I'm rotating out of the play and trying to get my shields back. So my teammates now know that, you know, if it was a 4v4, it's now a 3v4, or if it was a 2v2, it's now a 1v2. So communicating when you're not going to assist the team, or maybe you're communicating, okay, my shields are back up, I can help out now. You can also communicate just different angles of the map that you're holding down. So, you know, this is especially helpful in like strongholds where you're setting up a specific hold. So, like an example that we've talked about in the past is the A-B setup on charge. So you have, you know, top elevator, top glass, one in whirlpool, and then one could be like bottom tower as well. It doesn't matter who is in those positions, but it matters that your team knows which positions are covered already, so they can rotate to the ones that aren't filled. So just calling out stuff like that, like, oh hey, like I've already got top glass, like you guys go elevator. With randoms, it'll be a little bit less effective, but with a team from HFT where we've kind of been talking about this stuff weekly, kind of get a better, they'll get more out of you. And then like as far as intent goes, you know, communicating like, okay, I'm gonna get overshield, like I'm running for overshield, or like I'm gonna pull the flag, like I see 3 dead, I'm pulling the flag now. Or you know, your intent is that you're going to the enemy, grab the flag, like okay, I'm pushing the enemy now. Just communicating like I'm rotating, or like I'm picking up a power weapon or whatever, so they know that they now have to look over you while you're doing it. Right, especially when you're dropping across. That's like very, very important. Yep. Or, letting your teammates know how many shots are left in the power weapons. Like if it happens, like it shouldn't happen because we just talked about it, but if it happens where you just get immediately blown up and you drop a rocket down on the ground, um, hey, there's one rocket left. It's on the ground next to laundry or whatever. Um, those little details are super important because now if nobody on the allied team can find the rocket launcher on the ground, the enemy team now has one rocket. Very important for everybody to know. Also, I mean, it pops up in the kill feed, but even like if you get a double or a triple, like it's good to communicate that stuff because then or your team knows, okay, there's 3 dead on the enemy team now, or there's 2 dead, or whatever. Yep, that's huge. That's a really good point. Yeah, try if you're not already communicating when you're in death screen. That's one of the hugest things that you can communicate. Like these are the numbers on the map, or you're in your death screen and your teammate fighting somebody and they have not called out who they're fighting, or not who they're fighting, but like where they're fighting this player. Feel free to just call that out for them. Even little things like that can help out. It's a team effort. Um, you'll find sometimes that you maybe are the best talker in the lobby, and sometimes that can carry games. That is pretty much all that I have for climbing to climbing out of plat. I would say that the next thing after all of that, and just for any rank, is if you really care about climbing, you really have to go back and watch your own gameplay. You have to watch it analytically. You have to think to yourself like, and you have to be realistic. Like, was this a bad play? Was this my fault? It's not always going to be your teammates' fault. Like, oh, my teammates are doing X, Y, and Z. Like, if Lucid was to make an account right now and play through the ranks, like his teammates aren't going to keep him from winning the game. There's always something that you can do to give yourself the better odds. So just keeping that in mind. If you're having trouble seeing what those openings are, like you don't know what to look for or whatever, I don't want to speak for everybody, but don't be shy to like ping me in the bot review thread and be like, hey, like, could you take a look at what I did with the oddball here? Like, was this the right play, or could it have been handled a little bit differently? I don't always have the time to go through like a full VOD, but if you are like, hey, here's the timestamp, could you take a look at this and maybe help me come up with a solution for the next time that I'm in this scenario? As well, extending it to the rest of the server, maybe other people will be willing to kind of give their advice if it's like a short little clip. But go ahead. So I think the most important thing is in the discovery of what you're doing wrong. So if you're in the habit of routinely watching your VODs and there is like something that you've not just done wrong one time, it's like a pattern, right? Then you can say, okay, under these circumstances that you're experiencing in, across those games, um, these are the situations where I find myself making the wrong play. Um, taking into account what's going on the map, like what are other options that I can uh, take, and then deciding that while you're in the actual game, like if you're in a new game and you're put into that situation again, um, this is why I like to say, and I know that it's hard for some people, but like don't focus so much on your CSR, because if you're fixated on win loss, you're not really gonna like get better, because what you're gonna end up doing, what your brain's gonna want to do, is you're gonna default to things that have worked before, right? Like you're gonna focus on what's comfortable and like the way that you're comfortable playing. Like if you like really want to work on certain habits, it has to be like I'm gonna try this new thing, like and if it doesn't work, at least it maybe would give me better odds than um it would have been if I made the same play that uh got me killed in all of these other VODs. um so just like not being afraid to just try new things out, because what'll happen is maybe that new play will work for you, and then uh you know it allows you, it's kind of like a split in the trail, right? So that play works out for you, and then it opens you up to more things that you could do after that play works as well. um I hope that makes sense. I know that was kind of abstract, but yeah, that's why looking for trends is super important, because like there will be times where, I mean, I know this isn't an egregious example, but like, say you get, naded off a spawn and just like, there's nothing that you could do. You'll look back on the VOD and think to yourself, like, oh, maybe I should have moved this way instead of that way. When you're splitting hairs like that, and if it's that like one specific example that doesn't really happen, like, within the majority of your games, it's not worth your time to split hairs over it and try to min max like that certain scenario. But if you find yourself like, oh, whenever I pick up the ball, I only get 5 seconds of ball time, everybody else seems to get 15 seconds of ball time, like why am I only getting 5 seconds of ball time? um then you can look into like, okay, well, how am I moving around the map? Am I blocking sight lines as I'm moving the map? Am I juggling the ball? Am I, doing this or that? And then trying one of the solutions that you found for that problem. If it doesn't end up working, get back to the drawing board and try something else. Um, but it's kind of just like being honest with yourself about like uh, why it is that you're not playing as well as either other people, or why you keep dying in specific scenarios, especially. Or like sorry, just this last thing, or like if there's like big momentum swings in the game. So if an enemy team goes up, you know 50 points in oddball just out of nowhere, like there has to be a reason why that happened. And maybe it was your fault, maybe it wasn't, but it's good to kind of like go around the map on everybody on your team and see like what everybody was doing that led to that happen that led to that happening. I'm done talking now. Yeah, and You're welcome. And these things, like, these are like fundamentals of the game, and the reason why it might sound, well, it definitely does sound a little condescending to like some people in the lobby as well, is because, like, these are things that we all know, but when you're in the heat of the match and there's, you feel that sense of urgency to like do something, you forget about the minor details that might be the reason why you're losing the game. Um, yeah, desperation is definitely not good, because you know what desperation is? Predictable. Yeah, like, if I know that the enemy team needs, you know, 5 seconds to win a King of the Hill game, like, what do I think that they're gonna do? They're gonna dogpile the hill. So I know that all I need to do is just keep nading the hill or whatever. Um, Whereas if the enemy team took a couple seconds to eliminate like a couple people on the map before they go and grab the hill, it might turn out better for them. But it's not always the best bet to just keep throwing yourself at something in hopes that somebody will break through and get the time. Um, so all right, well, no problem. That's enough of me talking. We can definitely play some games here. Let's see. Let's start out with rank CTF. Later. Rank CTF on Catalyst because that's now in the ranked rotation. Where are you? You too, chat. Take care. Yeah, I can play like a best of 3 here, and then you guys can continue playing if you want. But that'll be it. Trailblazers. But if you guys will be around for 2 to 3 games, I'd definitely like to play some more. Alright, I think these teams are... Yeah, these teams are fine, I think. Alright, let's have Cobra go down to the next Trailblazers channel. Soul says, pre-nading good, that is all. Alright, you guys back? I forgot to say it in chat, but congratulations on the first 100%. cool seeing.
Capture the flag.
Yeah, I think Oakham had it last season. Yeah. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait.
Tie.
I'm not sure. I mean, is there another variant? I selected Catalyst though. Oh. Do I have to search for? Catalyst, yes, FFA, Catalyst. I mean, pretty sure I set up the normal Catalyst on here. It's only CTF. If the rockets spawn there, something's broken.
Capture the flag.
I don't know. Oh, okay. So wait, is this how it is then? Snipers on both sides. Is this how it is on both sides? Snipers on both feet?
M41 Spanker.
They know where you are. Therefore, return trip.
Enemy there!
Hey, you guys have basket? Alright, I'll restart it. Hey, do you guys know if this is set up right with snipers on both sides? I'm not sure if this is how the map is supposed to be or if my game's glitched or something. But if he's playing, I'm just gonna restart the game. Hey, is basket playing or no? Alright, well I guess we'll just run around until he's back.
Overshield inbound.
Yeah, he's probably just went to the bathroom.
Overshield available.
But yeah, actually, if this is how it is in ranked with snipers on both sides, I kind of like that.
Plasma grenades acquired.
And then where's the rocket from? Right here. Okay. I mean, it makes sense now that they don't have a sword on the map. And honestly, yeah, the repost
Power
is still on the
weapons
same spot.
requisitioned. We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier. Power weapons available for procurement. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Oh, there's a shroud? Where? Oh. That's cool, actually.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Oh, it's right here instead of the, plasma rifle. Like that. That has a lot of equipment, then it has 3 different equipment. Well, you know, it makes sense that they would have repulsor, it makes sense that they would keep the repulsor because they just put the rockets into it too, right? So then you have that dynamic.
Power items ordered confirmed. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
But it's kind of wild that there's the shroud on the
Please
map as
collect
well.
your power items.
Sure, there's a lot of crazy ways that you can. We'll probably go over that in more depth for the next Trailblazers.
Observe the proper blast radius.
You back yet? Ask it. Back.
Capture the flag.
I'm overexcited.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. Prepare for return trip. You are exposed, Spartan.
In my sight!
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
Good. I'm pushing.
Overshield inbound.
No, but nobody here. Push. cross. Yep.
Take in our flag. Overshield available.
Top mid, guys. Top mid crossing right now. He's on his spikes. Don't push up.
Flag captured.
Try to stay alive here, guys, if you can. Basket's top mid, one shot. He might have rotated down.
At your earliest convenience, please collect your power weapons. Beware of high heat.
I got you, I got you.
Power items ordered confirmed. Your power items are ready for pickup. They have our flag. Take it back. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
One top mid pushing.
Flag returned.
Medical attention.
Pulling into gold.
Our forces have seized
Coming to me,
the
Yax.
enemy
Coming to
flag.
me, Yax. Keep going. One bottom, pushing into our flag.
Look there. And enemy flag carrier.
Grab the re.
The enemy flag carrier.
Yeah, they got that one through. Do we have snipe up or no? No.
Target spotted.
Yeah, back down if you have to. Yeah, I got your cross.
Power items have shipped. Power items have arrived.
Enemy there.
Spike grenade.
Flag returned. Enemy flag returned.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. S7 sniper prepared for deployment.
Flag returned.
Straight up.
5 minutes remaining.
Yep.
Our
Both of
forces
them.
have seized the enemy
They're gonna be
flag.
spawning on me. I can force it.
Flag returned.
Spartan down.
Don't push the flag. Don't push the flag. Yeah, just hold. Yeah. You can OE if you can get through.
Power items have arrived. They took our flag.
You burn
We
it?
have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
I didn't get it.
Power weapons requisitioned. Convenience. Please collect your power weapons. They have our flag. Take it back. Altitude increasing.
Just one shot down.
Flag
Yeah.
returned.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
Shields are down.
No scope.
They have snipe, but we should be able to get that.
Flag captured. Victory.
You can actually stall if you can grab the enemy sniper as your flag puller is pulling the flag. Like you stall in the back of their base with this. Yeah, exactly. Because they're going to be drawn to you, and it'll be easy pickings for me. Okay. What Slayer do you want to play? Any map? Pick one. Solitude. I'm gonna pop over to their team real quick. Guys, ready to go? Alright. I'm gonna try something a little different this game. I'm gonna try to see how much I can get away with just shooting people a couple times and rotating.
Slayer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to, like, unless I know it's a kill for sure, 100%, I'm just gonna try to pepper them and move. They're all just permanently one shot.
Earn the most kills to win. Then contact the authorities.
Target spotted!
Gain the lead.
S7 sniper prepared for.
In my sights! Take cover!
Oh, one on push.
Enemy there!
Oh. I have a good flank right now. Oh my god, I should not be alive. Through here.
In transit. Translocator requisition confirmed.
Windows closing in!
I'm probably dying for this. Truck. Truck, please. Sniper. Let's focus this guy down.
Down there! They're
That's it. Oh, they're spawning loot. Need help on loot.
S7 sniper inbound.
Weak loot.
S7 sniper available.
No, I have to leave. Truck jump.
Another one down.
I was wondering what you were doing.
Way to victory.
Sniper's gonna take us all.
Basket's weak. Yes.
Translocator in transit.
I can flank touch. He went towards lobby. He went towards lobby.
Translocator located.
One on translocator. One on behind road. One's right here, weak. Another.
They're after us. Taking cover. Take cover. They're close. Target spotted.
On a mid.
Target spotted. Victory.
Power items have shipped. Your power items are ready for pickup.
Oh my god, I almost just got an overkill.
Target spotted.
Off the shield.
Enemy there.
Sniper is out. Five minutes remaining.
Target spotted.
Victory.
Did you guys know about that jump you can do from ledge to like above loop? I didn't know that you could. I didn't know that there was a post there. That's pretty. Yeah, that's. All right, so I mean, I guess that was your. All right, let's rejoin the group. Ew. Hey, did you guys know about that jump that you can from ledge to like above loop? I just saw that in this past game. The last thing that we'll do today. I didn't realize that this little like post was there. You can see it in the thumbnail. It's like that little I don't know, piece of metal sticking out of the wall. Like if you know that the enemy stuck in A or like needing to rotate out of A, just sitting right there is. Here, it'd be easier for me to show you. Yeah. Go to
Slayer.
go to ledge or soda or like around that area. You can't really like sit there for a long duration of time and like use it as a power position, but you can use it as a good like prize option.
Out to seize the enemy.
I didn't know that you could end up here on ledge and then you can rotate out to here. Yeah, know that you could do that. Then you have somebody coming out of A, and you can just like, oh. Oh, you can jump up here from there too. You can cross. How did I never know that that was there? I really like this one here is like you can be bottom mid and then you can rotate up to top mid from down here by jumping on the light post. You can get up top side. But yeah, I really like this spot here. I was living here against you guys for a little while. Oh, cool.
Translocator is on the way.
For what? Oh, you probably can do that.
Translocator available for acquisition.
You'd probably have to clamber, but I bet you could do it. Maybe not. Big. Kind of a crazy rotate. Yeah, I think it's a little far.
Tango's closing in. They're under us. Target spotted.
What, this? This to this? This? Or wait, no, where are you, Ben? Jump from where to where? Oh, you can jump from this to this corner. Yeah, this is a good one too. Also, right here. That's really strong, actually. Because you cut off sight lines down here as well. Yeah, I mean, pretty exposed, but good option.
Alert! Translocator available soon.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you guys played Halo 5. I never really played Halo 5.
Translocator requisition confirmed.
I always forget about this little thing too. This little railing. Like this spot here is pretty strong. Typically. Even just like taking top shots from here, and then just backing down and relocating here or something. Pretty strong. Oh yeah, right there. The only thing is But like you gotta know that they're rotating this way, right? Because if they spawn where basket is or whatever, you know, you're sitting duck back here. Because then you gotta Yeah. I'd like to play oddball on this map. I think that would be pretty fun. I wonder why they didn't include it in ranked. Maybe there's spots that are just too strong or something. I don't know.
S7
What can you do
sniper
with this
inbound.
here? This. Yeah.
S7 sniper
But you're
available.
like rotating on the outside of the like. I mean, yeah, I guess if you're, it's not that bad if you're being chased. Let's see, who's this? Heike, why don't you try chasing me from like here or something? Here, where'd you go? Yeah, here. Try chasing me from there. Ready? Go. Man, that's pretty clever if he doesn't see you rotate.
5 minutes remaining.
Get on the outside of the map, but yeah, I guess you're opening yourself up to the rest of the map doing that, so it's kind of risky. Maybe in like a 2v2, but you just gotta zoom in when you jump, right? You see that little float in the air, right? Yeah. You can do it from here too. Not too bad, but yeah. I guess I don't know what the platform is here. Can you curb slide off of this or something? Oh, this is a really bad spot to curb slide because you just get caught on this little thing. I wish I could make step jumping a little bit more reliable in my games, so I always fuck it up. Oh, the wall kicks. I don't even know how to do those. I've seen the video like 100 times, but I can't remember how it's done. You like, what do? You like run at the wall and oh yeah. Oh, that's huge actually. Isn't there one over here too? Not sure how it works, but like they do it in the corner.
Translocator is on the way.
Oh, I just got flung out. What the heck?
Translocator available for acquisition.
problem. Data. Alright, I think I am gonna end it.
1 minute
GG's everybody.
remaining.
Thanks for stopping by. I will try to update the account as soon as I remember to. But I'm gonna go to bed. Jeez. Come on.
Victory!